All right. I think we're live, but I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds just to make sure. But I'll just wait till it redirects. Cool. We're here. Here we are. G'day, team. How are you going, everybody? Great to see you. It's Friday. I've been doing this once a week and choosing kind of clients to have a chat with, and some of the clients that have, we've got so many here that we're so blessed to have who have achieved so many great things. And the lady today we're going to introduce, Peta, is no different. Peta's been part of our group fitness program for quite a few years. She's done an amazing job. She's achieved a lot in terms of not just physical change, but mentally and all this stuff. But anyway, I'm going to let her share the story. So welcome, Peta.
Thank you very much. Hello, social media.
I was just saying before, like, we're in your background there, in your little office there. Just give a quick plug out, because you do embroidery work, and whatnot. And obviously, Peta, if not already sure, some of our clients will know she does our little kind of sweat towels and gym bags and things like this. So what's the name again? Dandy Peach.
Dandy Peach, yes, there's a Facebook page and dandypeach.com.au.
Nice, legend.
Check it out.
So, hey, we're here to talk about your fitness success, and kind of, I want you to, I guess, share with us, first of all, when you joined us back in the day, what led you to join up?
Yes, so I think everybody has their own particular goals of why they want to set out on their health and fitness journey, but talking about Core Fit in particular, I joined up and committed to you guys because getting to know myself a bit better, I had to be very honest with myself and realize that I just wasn't going to do it otherwise. To be completely honest about it, I can have gym memberships. I could have a whole room set up at home with all the best equipment in the world, and I could literally walk past it and eat bickies and look at it and think, yeah, I've done all right today. So joining Core Fit for me was, I think the first initial chat you and I had was, it was so important that you said to me that as much as you guys are committing to us, we're also committing to you. So when you join Core Fit, you're saying, I'm not going to do this for 2 weeks and give up. I'm investing in myself. So that was a huge part of it. And also, I love routine. I really work well with routine. So for me, going to Core Fit on the days that I go, for me, it's like putting petrol in the car, doing the grocery shopping. It's part of my life that needs to happen, and it just happens without me thinking about it anymore. And it makes me really accountable for myself. And also, a really big part of it too was the fact that you had music. That was, because that's something that I love. So, going to my group sessions, it's a really lovely, happy, welcoming and positive environment. And also, I was thinking yesterday about a classic Dan story, and this is something that it always makes me smile. It's not bad. It's back in the days before we had Zen Planner, which is also a brilliant thing too, because it's another reason I can't back out. But I remember one day you text me and you said, Peta, you weren't at training this morning. Are you okay? And I've always been completely honest with you and Ali. And I remember that day I wrote back and I said, Dan, I just couldn't face it this morning. I have no other reason other than I just couldn't face it. And you wrote back and you said, okay, all right, I'll see you tomorrow morning. And I was like, okay. Got up the next day and off I went. So that's, it's what works for me.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And that's really important. I'm really happy you shared that, because that's such a thing people don't maybe understand, or maybe they do. I'm sure a lot of people would know that if you've ever been on a health and fitness journey out there and you're watching this, that you have those days where you just can't be freaked.
Yep.
I have them. Some of our clients, all of our clients still have them. But yeah, I think that's the attitude to have. You just got to own it and get back on the horse as quick as you can, and that's how you develop the lifestyle part of it, which you've been able to do magnificently. So that's so good. Hey, tell us a little bit about some of the things you've achieved in terms of, whatever you're happy sharing, whether it's your physical achievements, your mental, all that stuff. What are you most proud of, do you feel, in the time that you've been training with us? And tell us a bit about that.
I think the two things. So the first thing was that I think it was about 2014. I was about 30 kilos more Peta. So that's where I started my health and fitness journey. And I do often now, I stop myself. I don't say exercise and I don't say diet. They're two words that don't come into my vocabulary anymore. It's my health, my fitness, and that encompasses everything, because that's something that you guys have really, really educated me about. And that's, I guess, the second part of it. So first it was losing 30 kilos. That was great. But just as hard is maintaining that and keeping that off, because coming to Core Fit, I can tell you that I'm like everybody else. I tried every fad, tea, detox, liquid diet, shake, what have you. And even if you might rapidly lose some weight, you might notice a few changes, but I can guarantee, and I have learnt from you guys, that it's going to come back. You're not going to be able to sustain it. So being able to maintain whatever goals you have reached is just as hard as the initial losing that weight. So through the education you guys have given me, I can honestly say now that, and it has taken me a good 5 years to get to this point, to understand what it is that my body responds to, what nutritionally my body wants, and what I need to do to maintain. And there's lots of times there, depending on what happens in life mentally, that I can go off my plan a little bit, but I acknowledge that if I'm honest with myself, all righto, Peter, you've got no one else to blame but yourself. Get back on track, and it will all continue to happen as it did before. So losing a lot of weight, fantastic. Maintaining it, but really, really now understanding what it is that I need to maintain it was a huge part of the whole experience.
Wow. How good is that? That's amazing. It's so good. And I know we've had conversations with you throughout the years with all this stuff. And for people out there, like, this is the reality of health and fitness, by the way. This isn't kind of like, not every day is sunny with no traffic. You're going to have some red lights and some roadworks, and all that stuff's going to come in. But take Peta's advice, because she's someone who's doing it and living it, and has been there in that other side of it where she had health issues and years, and she's continuing to, inspire, not just, she inspires me, but also inspires, I know, a lot of other core fitters and stuff as well who come along. So that's so good. And the last question I want to ask you is, if you think about back to Peta, like back years ago, right? Maybe you're now Peta version 2.0. But if you think about someone else out there who may be where you were,
Yes,
Peta,
right.
in that kind of diet space, or in that kind of different way of thinking with their health, maybe they just haven't thought about doing it the way you're doing it right now. Like, what's your advice to them?
I made notes, because there's three very important things that if I could tell Peta back then.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know, I find that we either sugarcoat things or people aren't completely honest. So 3 things. The first, and it pretty much explains itself, and that is, if it's not there, you can't eat it. Always remember that, because that's a huge one for me. I know that my self-control, even to this day, if it's there, I'll eat it. If it's not there, then it doesn't matter. It's gone. That's not an option. Take the options away and give yourself your best chance. Number 2,
Awesome.
and this is straight from your mouth, but still, every day, every week, it's always rolling around in my head. Trust the process. That's a really important one, because when I did start, I can honestly, truly say, and people out there that are maybe just starting, it is really hard. Honestly, it took me a good 6 to 8 weeks to notice anything change in my body. I'm there, I'm working out, I'm throwing everything at it. I was planning every meal down to the T, and I was getting to that 4 or 5 week mark going, this is crap. Why am I doing this? I just want to give up. Don't give up, because it will happen. If you're being really, really honest about what you're doing, it absolutely will happen. You've just got to get to that. Give yourself a good 8 weeks. Give yourself at least to that point, because when it starts to happen, it's the best feeling in the world, and you'll want to keep going. And it's exciting noticing changes and feeling good.
Awesome.
Third point, my last point, and this is also really important to anyone that does any of your sessions, and I still think about this every single day. Run your own race, please. If we are you'll see me out there at groups, and there's often mornings where we're all working through the board, and I might sort of look around and go, oh my goodness, that person's 3 rounds ahead of me. So what? It doesn't matter, honestly, because we're all there for ourselves. No one else can run your race for you. Just worry about what you're doing, because if you do 10 brilliant, great push-ups, I guarantee you that's going to do more for you than 5 half-assed, really quick ones, because you're worried about everyone around you and keeping up with yourself. And I watched Christy's live video, and it's exactly what she said too, is that there's some days you're just going to be a bit off or not feeling like you're giving it everything, but that's okay, because you still came. But then there's other days where you just feel on top of the world and you think, wow, I even surprised myself. But most importantly, run your own race. Think about yourself. There's been, I think, one really important thing I've had to do throughout this whole journey is learn to speak and be very honest with you guys and with myself, and there was a few uncomfortable parts along the way where I've got to a point where I've had to actually say to family and friends, you know what? I know you want to go out and I know you want to do this, but right now I'm really trying to work on myself. So please understand that and respect that I might not want to, because back in the day it was all about going out every single weekend and drinking. And with drinking comes the hangover, where you will eat everything that you see.
Oh, yeah.
And because it all comes hand in hand, and then feeling crap for the first few days of the week. So I had to, it was really confronting for me to be honest with friends and family and say, look, this is what I'm trying to do for myself. Please help me out and understand that and respect that.
Totally, man. That's huge. They are three very, very
Mhm.
fantastic points that you just brought up. All of them, yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And wow, that's really, really cool. I really appreciate you sharing all that. And I mean, I validate them all, but I think for you, you're a living, breathing, kind of, I guess, walking, talking example of all this stuff. You're not just saying it because, your friend did it. Like, this is stuff you've gone through and you're experiencing. And like, people out there, this is the reality of health and fitness.
Yeah.
If you want to achieve like lasting kind of, health, right?
Mhm.
You've got to be able to kind of navigate the expectations within your head and those things. But I think the easiest way you do that is you get around people who kind of can help you do that. That helps.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're going to have people in your family or friends and all those people sometimes who don't quite understand, and they're just there to, and that's not their fault, right? It's just
Yeah.
they want to do stuff with you, and you may not be on that level of thinking. And so it does take some courage and some kahunas sometimes to say,
Yeah.
like, I'm good for now, thanks anyway, but this is what I'm kind of trying to do, and that's good, and that's okay. And if they don't respect that, then there's something that's not your problem. But yeah, I think that's an amazing point you made, because I think a lot of people will fall into that trap, and
Yeah.
they'll feel like they really want to do it, but then they'll have these people over here who are trying to pull them away from that, whether it's subconsciously or not. But yeah, so that's amazing, Peter. I'm so proud of you and so thankful that you came on today and shared your story for us. And please, I can't see any comments happening, but if anyone's commenting and saying hello, please let us know. And other than that, I want to again just say thank you and well done on everything you've achieved. On behalf of Ali and I and all the other team members, we love having you with us. You're always a pleasure to train. You're such good fun. And we look forward to continuing to just see you continuing to crush it, be consistent, keep turning up week after week. Like we say, man, that your first workout's going to be weak, but your thousandth workout's going to be strong. And, you've done many, 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 many workouts, and you're in such a great headspace with where you're at now. I'm so proud of you. And you're in a position now where you can really kind of own this thing for the next however many years you want to continue to live your life. So yeah, congratulations. And thanks for watching, guys. Love your work. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.